This is me the night before my 12-hour road trip tomorrow. I hate the way I'm feeling right now. And the way that I'm feeling right now is a completely foreign feeling to me. This is a new development in the past year that I've been trying to work with. I'm gonna cry. When am I not crying on the internet? Did not know that agoraphobia was common for people who are grieving. It's been challenging to navigate this feeling because I have always been the type of person to want to get out of the house. I've always, like, if there was anything that we could do to get out of the house, I wanted to go. I loved going on vacation. I loved trying new things. I never, ever, ever had a problem doing things by myself. But now I do. Now all of those things sound super scary and they're really hard to do. I haven't ever officially been diagnosed with agoraphobia, and I don't ever want to be the type of person just to throw around mental illnesses like they're not actually really impactful to someone's life. But I feel like I would be diagnosed if I ever went to therapy. If you've never experienced agoraphobia and you don't know what it feels like, let me do my best to try to cue you in on what is currently happening inside of my head. There's just this overwhelming feeling that if I leave the house, if I go on this trip, something bad is gonna happen. Either to me, to someone else. Like, right now I'm trying to conquer the idea of that I can make it from Louisiana to South Carolina and be safe. Overwhelming fear that something bad is gonna happen. That's like the only way that I can explain it. Sometimes it's not even a fear of something bad is going to happen. Sometimes I have literally convinced myself that if I don't go back home, if I don't stay home, something will happen. It's like I believe it in my head. And this feeling is really debilitating sometimes. It's weird because it's just a feeling. I just think these things, but the way your mental health really impacts your quality of your life, because dealing with agoraphobia means a lot of self-isolation. And then self-isolation makes you feel so lonely, but it's like, I'm doing this to myself, but I can't stop. I have all of my bags packed. I still plan on going tomorrow. I really want to go back home. I'm actually bringing all of my animals with me. I'm bringing my 2 labs and my cat. They're coming on this journey with me. Originally, I was going to drop my dogs off at this doggy daycare place. They have been there so many times. Anytime I go out of town, or me and Cameron go out of town for a long period of time, we take them to this place and they love it there. But this is kind of a last minute decision for me to go back to Buford. So they didn't have any availability because it is the holidays. I should have thought about this, but since Cameron is out of town and he's going to be out of town for like another week, it would make sense to just go visit my family, to get out of the house and not literally be all by myself for the next 7 days. It's frustrating to myself about how difficult it is, because sometimes I just don't want it to be so difficult. Sometimes I miss being able to just get in the car and go. And I realize this seems like just such a small issue, and a lot of times with agoraphobia, it's just exposure therapy that makes it better. You just kind of have to do it and kind of retrain your brain in a way. And throughout this past year, there have been times where I have went on vacation, but every single one of those looked like this before I left the house. And every single one of those vacations, I was drinking a whole hell of a lot of alcohol. But I'm actually currently sober. It's the longest I've been sober all year. So I won't be drinking. Tomorrow, I'm getting in the car and I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive my car straight home. I'm going back home. I'm gonna go visit. This is gonna be good for me. It's gonna be great to see my family again, have a change of pace. I'm gonna have fun. in autopilot mode right now. I'm not trying to think too much about this. I'm just trying to just drive and just, you know, get there. That's my only objective. I have been driving for 2 hours. Oh my God. Oh, it feels like I've been driving for so much longer. I'm not even gonna lie. And there has been multiple times throughout this drive where I have debated turning back around and going back home. But the thing is I keep telling myself that this is something that I want to do. I want to go back home. I want to visit my family. Y'all hear the dogs back there? I'm laying down pretty much the whole time. They've been doing really, really good. Oliver, however, I'm surprised he's not meowing right now, has been meowing the whole entire time. He's not having a good time. I don't blame him. He's stuck in his kennel because I feel like he would try to claw my eyes out if he was roaming. It's whenever I stop the cars, whenever the dogs are like, are we getting out now? I kind of want to get out and stretch my legs, but I also don't want to get out. Maybe it'll be good. It'll be good for me. Now I'm gonna let the dogs out and use the bathroom, but I have to take them out one at a time because if I take them out together, they're just gonna try to like run around and play, which is fine in our yard, not fine at a rest stop. A few days ago when I was deciding on going on this trip, I posted on my second TikTok account, which I will have linked in the description if you want to go check it out. I'm loving it over there. You guys, I really don't know what I did to deserve such a supportive group of people. And you guys helped me so much more than you realize. But I posted a video asking, like, if you've struggled with agoraphobia, what are some tips and stuff that you do to help you get through like long trips. It's usually long trips where I struggle the most. At the beginning of this new phase of agoraphobia, it was just leaving the house in general, but now it's kind of transformed into going on long trips. Lots of helpful tips and tricks in the comments, and of course I'm listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I will finish this audiobook on this road trip. It is actually so good. It's one of those audiobooks that has a full cast of narrators, which is so unique, and I, as a consumer, appreciate when authors do that with their audiobooks because it just makes it so much better. And as someone who listens to a lot of audiobooks, it is highly appreciated. Okay, let's get back on the road. We have 8 hours and 42 minutes to be exact. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. I've made it to another rest stop. I have 7 hours to go. I'm not feeling great right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of like super anxious. Like my anxiety is peaking right now for some reason. So, oh, my car just randomly turned off. I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack. For real, for real. I'm gonna take some magnesium. Every time I'm feeling like super overwhelmed, super anxious, I like to take these magnesium capsules. This is not sponsored. This just genuinely helps. I don't know if it's placebo, but if it is placebo, that's fine with me because it does make me feel better. I think I probably should get some food. I haven't really eaten anything today other than a bunch of carbs, so maybe I need to get some like protein. I'm 7 hours away, and at this point, if I turned around, let me see, I would have to drive 4 hours back home, or I can drive 7 hours. That's 4 hours only plus 3. Oh my god, I'm almost out of water. Sing. I need to refill my water. Maybe my next stop should be getting some food. I'm really trying to like outweigh the pros and the cons in my head. If I turn back around and I go back home, I'm just gonna be home by myself. Where's the fun in that? If I continue going to Beaufort, I'm gonna have so much fun. There's so many things that I can do. It just will be so much worth it if I keep going. Oh my god, them in the back. They see people. Everything is gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. Can this person move? There's a person literally right behind me. My magnesium calms. They're gonna kick in any second. I'm gonna feel better. I'm eating my Cheez-Its. We're gonna get something to eat. We're 7 hours away. We're doing it. Can I get a number 5? Thank you. Oh.
And I wonder how long it's been since the last time someone did this to him. I know it's been months since he's had sex with this level of intimacy.
Get to the point in like a long drive, especially if you're driving by yourself, that you're just so over it. A lot of my anxiety is like health related. I always like convince myself that, you know, something is wrong with me, and it's the worst. Right now, for some reason, I'm hyper fixating on my eyes. I feel like there's something wrong with my eyes, and like now one of my new biggest fears is going blind. I have a lot of floaters in my eyes, so I'm nearsighted, and every time I go to the eye doctor, I go yearly. Every time I go, I mention the floaters and stuff. They're like, it's normal, you know, it's common in people who are nearsighted, but it's terrible and I hate it, especially when I'm driving or
merge onto I-65 North.
Don't cut me off, that was rude. Like whenever I'm outside or if like I'm near like a bright light or something like that is when the floaters are the worst. So like driving, I have like floaters just fucking everywhere. Sometimes I get in my head about it. I'm like, oh my God, what if something is wrong with your eyes and you go blind? It's the silliest thing ever. Like sometimes like you say the things that you're thinking out loud and you're like, girl, that's actually kind of, why are you thinking that? That's so dramatic. Got a full tank of gas. According to my range on my thing, it says I have 415 miles till empty. And according to how many miles I have left to go, which is 326, I won't need any more gas until I get to South Carolina. Maybe just, you know, top off the tank so I don't have to worry about it again. 5 hours left.
At the next light, turn right.
You just love to cut me off. I feel like I wouldn't say that I'm in the home stretch yet, but I'm gonna tell that to myself in my head. I'm in the home stretch because I'm so tired. I could take a nap. And I really blame my mom for this because when I was younger, my mom used to
light, turn right onto Cox Road.
My mom used to like stick me in the car to make me go to sleep. So now every time I'm in the car, I get so sleepy. But I am at the point in this journey where if I was to turn around, it would take me longer to get back home than it would to get to Beaufort. I have an hour left of How My Neighbor Stole Christmas.
In about 12 miles, take exit 62 onto US 280 and US 431 toward Phoenix City.
Almost done with How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, and I'm enjoying the audiobook. The audiobook is, I love it. I love multiple narrators in an audiobook. The only complaint I have thus far is that it's a little long. That's the only thing. The romance is romancing now, and now it's just like pretty spicy. I swear, like I don't have the physical book in front of me, but it feels like the past 100 pages have just been like spicy smut. Totally fine. But sometimes I find that I'm over it, you know, like I'm over. Can we get back to the plot, you know? Can we get back to the love story? We get it. They're fucking. Can I have something else, please? Anyway, back to listening. I said back to listening. Back to listen.
I would hardly say the way we've been fucking has been a romantic farce. I slipped my hand under her shirt, letting my palm press against her warm skin.
I have completely lost all stamina. I have 3 hours left in this drive, and I'm like battling this feeling of like regret of coming, and also just feeling super anxious and like borderline panicky, and I don't know why. I'm trying to like run through my mental checklist of things. I feel like I'm on the verge of crying, and I don't know why. I don't know why I feel this way, but we have 3 hours left. I'm so close, and I wish I could just feel normal. So I made it back home, and I know you're looking at my background, you're like, that looks like your house. It is my house. But the thing is when I got to my mom's house, I like completely forgot to update you guys that I did in fact make it back home. Because, you know, whenever you drive for so long, I don't know if this is just me or like my like adrenaline was pumping all day and like I was crashing out. I feel like I just get off like a roller coaster, or I feel like, you know, when you've been moving all day and like you finally pause, like your whole body is kind of like buzzing. That's how I felt whenever I got to my mom's house. It was good to be back home. I did some retail therapy on Black Friday, which, you know, is always nice. Retail therapy is my favorite kind of therapy, and the drive back was easier. It's always like the drive there that is the hardest. The drive back was still stupidly incredibly long. That's my least favorite part, the fact that I have to drive for, you know, 11, 12 hours. And there was a lot of traffic on the way back. But I made it! And I did it! And I feel better because I am capable. That's what I just keep telling myself. I'm capable. I can do things. This is all that I have for you guys today. If you are struggling with agoraphobia, just know that you can do it. And it's gonna be hard at first, and at first, whenever you're trying to do the things that feel debilitating, it's gonna be really difficult. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. Just keep that in mind. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye. Love you.